Yo, what up guys, it's Sol here coming at you with another League video. Today we're going to be discussing and analyzing a game that I popped off in, where I actually ended up out roaming in Akshan. So I guess this video will be about how to roam on the new Aurelion Sol. Let's just get right into it. The runes I took is, they're going to be on the screen right now. So I took Arcane Comet, Mana Flow, Absolute Focus, Scorch, Presence, Coop, and double AP and armor. I actually kind of messed up on the runes this game, to be fair, just because I think in this lane you usually want to play non-aggro runes, so just scaling runes with Gathering Storm and secondary Biscuits and Cosmic. But in this case, I kind of felt like I could have maybe made an impact in the early game, which is exactly what we did, so I'm lucky and kind of grateful that I did take it this game. The Akshan matchup is usually rough, as you can see, but as you saw, there are some angles to trade. He's gonna go in, and yeah. So yeah, in the early game, I kind of just chill and farm here. There isn't really much to do. If we're talking about what to do in matchups in which you kind of just get pushed in consistently, you just farm. It's pretty simple. There's nothing really much to it. You just pretty much just farm, which it is what it is. That's just how the Aurelion Sol rework is. So as you guys saw, I mean, Akshan kind of just consistently pushed me in. So I just take a base. I do have that TP up. So I'm just going to TP back to the lane, and I do grab a seal. I have a lot of questions about starting items and such. So here's my rule of thumb. Start Corrupting Pot, and then on your first base you should usually have around 700 gold, sometimes not, so try to go for seal. Always prioritize seal, and then next to that get a Doran's ring, and then if you have enough money you should get tier 1 boots. So in this case, I had around 700 for my base, so I just took a Dark Seal and some boots. TP back to the lane. I crash the wave, and this instantly gives me a roam timer, so I kind of just walk. I'd always say to my coaching students, by the way, linking to coaching in the description if you guys want coaching from me. It's pretty cheap. I try to be reasonable with my prices. I do go top side here. We did see Darius have a skirmish. As you can see, I'm pinging right now. I really want Zach to cancel this Gwen's base. I fly over here to close the angle for her to leave, and Zax cancels her back, and I get a free kill and easily out roam the Akshan. See, the problem with these roam opportunities, though, I did go top, and I did get a kill, yes. Oh my god, dude, why do I keep losing games? Ugh. Dude, I wish there was just like some tool or some app or something that's out there that can help me win more games. I don't want to use these other apps that I just want to use OP. Wait, does OP.GG have an app? Wait, hold on. Oh my god, they have an app! OP.GG has made an insanely useful app, which I'm sure a lot of you already use their website. It has features like an up-to-date tier list to check out what champs are doing well in the current meta, a way to quickly search all of your teammates as well as the enemy before heading into game, just a click of a button to import the statistically highest win rate runes for any champ you decide to play, and my personal favorite feature is a combo videos section on a ton of champions if you want to learn some quick combos before heading into the game. Not to mention that OP.GG is completely free and easy to download. If you want to support me and as well as download the app, please check out the link in the description below, as it's super easy to download, and downloading helps support me as a content creator. Thank you so much to OP.GG for sponsoring the video. But as you can see, Akshan crushed 2 waves. 2 waves, that means I lose a total of 12 CS, which is not a good look, but I did get plus 300 gold, so I was pretty happy that I did get that kill. So you have to be really careful when looking for these roam opportunities, because if you roam to a play and it doesn't go too well, you don't get a kill or anything, then you're just losing 2 waves. So you have to be really sure when you go to plays that it's going to have a positive outcome. I had this rule when I was playing Old Day Sol. If the roam has make sure the roam has an at least 60% success rate, I would say. That's like minimal though. Usually you want it to be like around 70 to 100. You might ask, like, how do I know if a roam is going to be successful? It's just based on a lot of factors, like their health bars, how far they're pushed up in the lane, if they have flashes, what kind of champs they're playing, do they have dashes? So just kind of make sure to look at all of those things. Just try and find base timers, guys, to base. It's kind of rough early game, but basically how Aurelion Sol works is if you get through the early game, you will be Exodia. But the real question is, how do you get through the early game? I would say getting through his early game is definitely the hardest part about picking up the champ. But once you do, it's just kind of easy. Whee! Akshan's gonna go in! And as you guys saw, look, this guy tries to take a trade. If he didn't have flash there, he would have been dead. So I know people say that ASO has a really weak early game, but do not let that stir you away from saying that the champion cannot trade, because he definitely can. There are definitely angles to find trades. And farm. Your health bar and your mana bar is going to look like this in lanes like these. You just have to be careful. That's all the advice that I can give to you, pretty much. And we're going to take a base here, and we're going to grab sword shoes now and a blasting one. So I actually didn't opt out for a Doran's Ring this game, because sometimes when you base, you just have enough gold for these big buys like old tier 3 boots and blasting one. Also, I like to mention that I wouldn't have gone Sork shoes if I didn't have to run back to my lane. But sometimes in situations where you have to take a base and you have to get back to lane as fast as possible because you might lose CS, it's pretty worth to get those tier 2 boots, that's exactly what I did. This will also help in roam opportunities, so I'm going to shove this wave really fast and walk somewhere on the map. I see that their bot lane is a little bit pushed up, and I see that my jungler is pathing towards bot side, so I say, okay. Akshan just got back to his wave. We know that there's no vision in this bush. We can definitely set up a dive, and here comes Zach. It's going to be a 4v2 under tower. They just have to shove in this wave, so it should be an easy roam. So, I mean, there's nothing really too special about this roam opportunity. I mean, it's just an easy crush and roam, and it definitely looks high percentage because we have ults, flashes, R's. Zach's going to go in. I drop the E down. I mean, Samara, they're playing it pretty well. Leona decides to go back in, and I drop my big R. Samara drops, and I also get a nice little kill onto Leona and Zaya with a nice little R as she's taking the tower, which is really nice. Now, I'm 2-0. I have way more kill participation than this Akshan, which is a little bit weird, as we know Akshan is a bit of a roamer, but I did lose this tier 1, and we're actually down 1,000 gold. A little bit more than that, actually. So the question is it worth it? Well, I'll let you guys decide that, but it's just kind of unlucky that they had Herald. I do get back to lane, though. I'm 2 kills to 0 kills. I mean, if we compare the gold, though, 4,600 to 3,800, which is obviously not ideal, but this is solo queue, and there is a hidden resource, guys. There's a hidden resource. It's called Team Mental. So obviously my bot lane's mental is better than the enemy bot lane's mental, so I'll take that any day in solo queue. But from a numbers perspective, I am down quite atrociously. I mean, luckily this tier 1 tower being gone, see Akshan is calling those Mayas now, which is really nice because he's kind of just afraid of my roams. So you can definitely roam on the champion. You just have to kind of just find it. But yeah, I'm not saying that was a really smurf roam, because it wasn't, because we lost a tier 1 tower and they got first tower and Akshan got plates. But 2 kills is really nice for me, especially since that lane is pretty much over for me anyways. So wins all around. And I just shove this wave and take a nice little base. And I do get my giant spell. You go Riley's Rush, guys. I have a lot of questions about what exactly to build. Oh, we do go in here, and I think I get a free kill. I kind of greeted my R here. I tried to flash Q him, and I was like, oh, I got an R. And luckily, it hit. And Kha'Zix is going to go to the roam now, and I'm going to drop a WQ. You can see I'm doing a shit ton of damage. Drop the E to try and stall out for Darius coming down, as you guys can see on the map. I do have TP up, so watch what I do. If you guys didn't know, you can TP on the Zac blobs to help your team Zac out, but unfortunately he still dies. But I got a kill on a Gwen, so I'm 4-0 now. Easy kill pickups. We are now almost even in gold with Akshan, and my bot lane is performing this game due to the roam opportunities that I showed on the map. Wait, I'm sorry, my bot lane just died. So I guess they're not winning. I'm sorry. Even though we did roam, my bot lane still lost their 2v2, which is kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. So I just go bot to pick up the gold that he lost. And we do fortunately have enough for our Rylai's. As you guys can see, I did pick up my blasting wand, which is directed toward the Luden's purchase. And we're just going to head towards the bot lane. Remember, guys, if you're playing Aurelion Sol, please go to your side lane. I know it's really tempting to walk to every single play that your team does, but especially if you're playing in low elo, just go to the side lane and get that easy and guaranteed farm. It it's just the better play, trust me, in the long run if you want to climb. And as you can see, they're looking for me here. I mean, Leona drops the R. I do drop my R here because I was expected Leona's E to land and they would dive me, but unfortunately it just didn't land, so I kind of just lost my R there, which is pretty unfortunate, but I feel like it was a pretty good look. Now luckily Akshan kind of just walks up and ints here and we get a free pickup onto him. And as you can see, I'm just tethering between bot and mid. My bot lane decides to go mid and I'm kind of just matching this bot, but you see a play come out on the map. Kha'Zix takes the Herald. And look at me. You guys should be doing this Aurelion Sol. Don't really follow your team. Just farm. If you're locking in Aurelion Sol, you're locking in to farm most of the game. That's just how it is, boys. But as you guys saw, there are opportunities to make impact on the map with roams. In reality, you can roam on any champion. It's just about finding those easy roam opportunities. So we do pick up that dragon. It's 1 dragon to 1. Zach does give me this blue buff here. Thank you, Mr. Zach. And we're kind of just farming up. We are now ahead of gold. First the Akshan because we have 4 kills. And we're slowly but steadily catching up in gold and XP. I'm going to shove another wave here. So here we are, headed back on the map now. We do have our last chapter in Blasting Wand. I get a lot of questions on when to go Ludens and when to go Liandry's. It's pretty simple, guys. It's really, really simple, trust me. Go Ludens if the enemy team is squishy. Whoa. If the enemy team is not squishy, go Liandry's. Pretty simply. And we do have a play here. I'd flash away from the Samara and flash Q because she was going to kill me, but did get a nice little kill pick up. Look at this guy trying to kill me though. I'm going to fly away. Boop. Not sure what he's flashing for. I'm pretty sure he dies for that as well. Goodbye. And I get it out of that. Thank you, Kha'Zix, for running it down. And again, I'm going to go to the side lane and just farm up again. In my opinion, if you're playing proper League of Legends, you should be farming probably 80% of the game. And the other percent, you should be fighting. See, if you want to make League of Legends easy for you, you just try and be strong. If you're strong, fights are really easy. You might see those plays like on montages where they're clicking 20,000 buttons and they get out with like 2 HP. Well, in my opinion, those are like examples of plays that can be avoided, where if you just farm up, farm your side lanes, get good CS, get your items, you will never have to outplay like that. All you have to do is use your abilities in a decent way, and you'll win the fight just because of numbers and how strong you are. There's going to be a fight on the map here, though. I do drop the TP out. Zach drops the R. The Seraphine R is going to go wide. Gwen decides to go in, and I try to look for the backline, but they almost kill me. I do drop the stopwatch, what I do think is a little bit early, so I try to fly out. Unfortunately, Samara does pick me up with her R, but we do pick most of them up. Kha'Zix will die here. Akshan on the flank. And Seraphine surely gets picked out. Akshan gets the Seraphine. It's going to be a 2v1. And Darius should be able to pick up the Akshan. Goodbye, Akshan. So basically, a fight just came out in the mid lane. I do have TP up, and I just went for the backline there. Unfortunately, I dropped my stopwatch a little bit too early. Otherwise, I think I should have been able to live, but all around, they all died. So that's all that matters, yeah. I believe it was a 5 for 3, so we definitely take those. I do get my Ludens off that as well. Unfortunately, my stopwatch is down, and we just head into the side lane again. Now, there is going to be a play on the map soon as this dragon comes out. As you guys can see, we're all converging, and they're already on it. Zach tries to jump in and steal it, so I try and drop an R, as you can see, to maybe help him out. I do knock 2, and I get a kill onto Gwen as well, and look at this. Just playing the backline, absolutely roasting me. That was a bug, by the way. My Q is locked, and they get absolutely decimated. I try and pick up the Kha'Zix as well and steal his red buff, but not exactly going to work out. And we're just picking towards this Baron play as we do this quite fast as Aurelion Sol. We're now 8-1. And if you guys don't know, you can queue over the Baron pit like this to stay safe. So I really recommend doing that in your games. You want to stay safe. We also ping towards this blue buff, and we pick this blue buff as well. Farm, farm, farm. Get as much jungle camps as I can. And we should buy a Zanya's Hourglass. Darius in the bot lane. Absolutely 1v9. The game has been kind of blown out of proportion. Akshan looking like he's extending a little bit too far. He just gets absolutely roasted. Now we're kind of just trying to close out the game here. I mean, the enemy team can definitely come back, but as you can see, my team just decides to run it down mid, and I figured they don't really need me as they have Baron and they're already strong. So make sure just in your games, like if you guys can get more, then get more. As you can see, I'm just going to grab this turret here, and they're going to grab this mid inhibitor. But they try and find the angle here, so I do try and walk to this. The Gwen shutdown is going to come down, but check this out. Wait for this E, R, boom, 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 dead. Goodbye. And an easy double kill, and Kha'Zix's gonna flash out. I'm not sure where he went there, and we should be able to pick up the inhibitor. And look at this guy. This Samira thinks he's safe. He really does. But as you guys know, Aurelion Sol is pretty much an expert at running down 80 carries, and that's exactly what we do. We drop him down. You think I'm dead? Boom, hourglass. And as you can see, the enemy team is not too happy about that. Pinging the Kha'Zix. I'm just going to take a base here. And I do make a little bit of an oopsie. Just to prepare for it. We're going to fly in. Kha'Zix a little bit overextended. Like, okay, I'm really, really strong. I can definitely do this, right? Oh, 1, 2. I think I took about 3 tower shots there. Looking pretty low. Kha'Zix is going to look to outplay this. The Akshan R is going to come out. Darius blocks the R. I get hit by Kha'Zix W, but he kind of just hops in. And by the way, I bought Medjai's. I'm just saying, every time I buy Medjai's, I'm literally mind controlled to run it down. So a small int from me. It is what it is. Just gonna skip ahead to blue team gets their 3rd Drake here, so it's looking kind of winnable for them. If they get their next one, they're on Sol point, so they can definitely look to come back here. I mean, the gold deficit isn't even that much. We're only up by 4k. As you can see, I get my shutdown, so I'm like, okay, focus up. It's really easy to int on this champion, because sometimes you get so strong, you think that you can just go in and 1v9, but even at your strongest, even if you're 20-0, you still need your team to go in. You're not like a Vladimir or a Fiora or an Aatrox where you can actually 1v5. You still need your team. Now Gwen's going to go in, dies to my E, and it's going to be a 4v5, so it should be an easy push to victory. I try to go in on the Kha'Zix here. I drop an R hourglass because I think I can kill him. Plus the empowered R is just good in general for damaging everyone on the map. And as you can see it's a pretty split fight, but I pick up the Samira. It's only Kha'Zix left, and we should be able to end it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about roaming on Aurelion Sol, and let me know what you guys think about these type of videos. If you guys want more, I'm really down to do these chill live commentaries, watching over my gameplay. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys, and have a good rest of your night, or day, or morning. Bye.